prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Hormona.
Masters and None podcast, episode 55.
Episode 55.
Episode 55, guys. Welcome everybody that's watching, everybody in the live, everybody in the chat, everybody all over the place.
Everybody listening to us on Spotify the next day.
Yeah, shout out to our Spotify listeners. We're getting some downloads out there.
Yeah, shout out to everybody listening. If you listen to us on Spotify, big yourself up. Beep the horn twice.
Yes, we are getting some downloads out there on Spotify. So thank you guys all for that. But yeah, shout out to everybody that comes to the live and joins the party here.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny is me and Justin always contemplate because, to be completely honest with everybody, and it's funny that this is right in the beginning, but it's significantly easier for us to do this not live. When I tell you it's like miles easier to do it like pre-recorded, the quality would be better, even though our quality, from my perspective, is phenomenal. But the quality, we could push 4K.
I second that.
You know, we could do 4K if we did. We could do, funny animations or whatever the case may be. But I don't think it would be what it is when you're live. Like the ability to not take things back. Like you can't delete shit.
That's
like,
it. We're live,
bitch. Said edit it out. We're live, bitch.
Hell, we ain't no editing over there.
No editing. That's so fucking funny.
I feel like that's a lot of the allure of why our show is so different. Our podcast is very different than a lot of other podcasts because, to be honest, not that many people are going live. And the ones you think are going live with their premieres and all that kind of stuff, they're not always live.
Yeah.
A lot of times their premiere is just their publishing of the video. You know, it's not like it's some kind of special exclusive shit. So you got to come here for the special exclusive shit.
Facts. Only person I know that goes live is No Jumper, Adam 22. They still go live, but they charge you. You know, it's like $200 to get your song played on there.
Yo, I don't doubt it. I mean, the amount of exposure that you get for having your song played on there is like crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is. I remember when it was like $75.
Yeah,
when it first happened, it was like 125. Then it was like 175, and I think now it's at like $200. But you're right. There are people who you having the ability to get a soundbite from Adam 22 or, you know, even like the other guys who are there now, well, I'm not gonna say they're just as big, but they're very big, like 80, House Phone. Damn, I forgot the fucking Mexican dude's name.
I don't think I ever did know it.
Well, he's newer anyways, but regardless, like getting like a soundbite, somebody saying like, damn, this shit is hard. Or I kind of fuck with this, or whatever the case may be. You get that. You can throw it up on your social media 1,000 times, and people think like, "Oh, Adam 22 is playing my song."
Yeah. And it's mainly the audience. That's like what he has. Like that's the reach that he has. You know what I'm saying? Is like that's what you end up getting is the reach.
Yeah. Because if your shit's hard, they're gonna look it up. They're gonna want to listen to it.
That's what costs that money is access to the people whose attention he has.
Yeah. I wonder if
That's
the
a new
only
commodity.
people listening to it are like people who want to get their song played. Because the truth is I don't really listen to it, but maybe people listen to it in the background and listen to music. Because I guess it's also like essentially like it's like a unsigned playlist, right?
Yeah.
Just going off.
Yeah, it's just that's the way he does it. He just keeps on playing shit and playing shit, and I mean, to be honest, he's not really listening to it. It's not like he's an A&R. He's just allowing you access to his audience.
Yeah, he's playing it, and
That's it.
sometimes it's fucking. Sometimes they comment on it. Sometimes they don't. I've seen them say people's shit's trash. Like that's fucking terrible. Then go in on people.
Sometimes
That's the worst. You throw $200 at somebody, and then they fucking come out and give you an honest review.
Well, to be honest, that's the best thing you can get. Is an honest review instead of a bunch of people telling you your shit is fire when it's not and you got work to do.
Damn, that's the realest shit you ever said.
We lack that too much.
Yeah, that's
nowadays.
100% true.
We lack it. Nobody tells anybody that what they're doing isn't as good as it could be anymore. Everyone's like, well, it's good. You can't tell me that it's not good because then you're being prejudiced.
Don't be mean.
It's like, what?
I told somebody the other day, they asked me if I wanted to go somewhere and pick something up for them. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't want to.
No. Absolutely not.
They thought it was, and I was like, but I will go. And they thought it was like the rudest thing ever. I was like, That's not rude. I'm just being honest. Do I want to go? Who wants to go anywhere
Yeah.
and pick anything up for anybody?
Don't be mad at me. Be upset at the way you phrase the question. Now, if you were to say, would you go to the store for me?
Hey, can you do this?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Don't ask if I'd like to go to the store because, no, actually, I just made myself this delicious sandwich on rye.
Yeah. To be fair, in hindsight, I got to fix my story. It was the person, not the person who asked me, thought it was rude. It was like a third party bystander that was like, that's a rude thing to say.
Oh, witness.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do it, but I was willing to do it, and I did do it, and I don't think it was a huge deal. But the most interesting part from my perspective was just simply that, like, being honest is like looked at as like being rude, which is what we were full
Precisely.
circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bring it home.
Full fucking circle.
Bring that thing home.
You want to get into AstroWorld since it's in the title, so everybody who comes here from watching it after, they could get their AstroWorld fix, and then we could fucking move on.
I mean, it's pretty much. It's probably one of the biggest things in the news right now, so it's hard to avoid.
Yeah.
But AstroWorld is it's the big festival that was created by Travis Scott, and on Monday, there were some confirmations of some legit names of victims. So if you don't know the story, there was a huge concert, this AstroWorld. There seemed to be a stampede. There was allegedly some people injecting people with some kind of substance.
That's the craziest part. Well, let's go to trampeding, and then we'll talk about the dude sticking people allegedly. First things first. Shout out to George in the chat. You're right. Nobody wants to go to work, but the bills got due dates. That's the realest shit. It's like, if anybody had the option, most people would be like, I don't want to do my regular job. I'd rather not do that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
George in the chat said nobody wants to go to work, but the bills got to get paid. It's like one of those like sucky things that are it's just the truth.
Yeah, that's a goddamn truth.
So
the key is don't give yourself any bills. That's the key. Don't go get a car you don't need. Don't go get a house you don't need. Don't be having kids you don't want. Don't get a dog you don't want to take care of. And then, that's the easiest way. This is why,
yeah, so if you're homeless, single, carless, all those things together, all the lists, you don't need money and you don't need no job.
Nah, I mean,
let's go back to AstroWorld.
Let's go back to AstroWorld. I digress. Yeah,
people stomping people out. What was it? It was Stampede. It was Stampede. It was
Stampede. Yeah. So it's a concert, Travis Scott concert, and there was a huge, some kind of panic, a stampede, and 8 people died.
8 people died. Was it the fact that, because it was Drake too? Drake was there as well, right?
Yeah, I think I read that he was
it like people, I wonder, and I'm not asking you because I think it'd be unfair, right? Because I hate it when you do it to me. So I'm not asking you. I'm just saying this out loud.
Go ahead.
I wonder if it was like they were all like at the entrance or something like that, and then like somebody came out on stage or somebody came out on another stage and they were all like running over there to see him.
I think it was during Travis Scott's performance. People just started pushing to the front. I've been to a ton of festivals in my life. And when a big, large group of people start to move in a direction, you're not stopping it.
Yeah.
So you
don't even need that many people. People have been killed at Walmart on Black Fridays.
Yeah, not at a festival, and there were 50,000 people there.
50,000 people?
Yep.
Just to see him and Drake?
It's a festival. It's an outdoor music festival. I'm sure there were other guests. There were other acts. Festivals are legit, man.
50,000 people?
Yeah, man. Somebody got stepped on by 100,000 feet.
It's 100,000 Nikes, bro.
It's 100,000 dunks.
Damn.
It's wild.
That's insane.
But anyway, it was it's crazy what they're saying. They're saying now there are criminal investigations. So what occurred is this stampede occurred, and what they're saying is that the show continued to go on for about another 30 minutes plus during this incident. And so now there's a criminal investigation against like Live Nation and the people that made the promotion and stuff, and Travis Scott himself. And what I don't understand is how can anybody stop people from having a stampede like movement, as a
Like,
group.
what could they have done to prevent a stampede?
You can't. The only way you can avoid a stampede is to not allow the amount of people that equal a stampede to be in a place at once.
Yeah.
And this is America, and we don't do that.
No. Yeah. So
So
in my head, first things first, like if I had to solve this problem myself,
mhm.
you know, seatbelts and chairs, you know, you strap everybody in like a roller coaster style. We do the concert roller coaster style.
roller coaster style.
And it's like long benches and you're strapped in and you rotate. Everybody gets a good view at one point.
Like a long church pew.
Yeah, exactly. And because it's a festival, we have two shows, you know what I'm saying? Only shitty part is when you're in the middle of the two shows, you know? And then
Yeah. But everybody gets a turn through the shitty part.
yeah,
At
yeah,
some
yeah.
point.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. So you run a risk. You could sit on the end and get real close for part of the show.
Yeah.
Or you can sit in the middle and be like, for the whole time.
Yeah. Decision's yours.
That's it, man.
Yeah. That's
You know?
ingenious.
Yeah.
I said it first, ladies and gentlemen. It's published.
Don't nobody want to see a concert like It's a Small World and shit. Nobody want to see that shit.
Motherfuckers getting motion sickness and shit.
Yeah,
Throw it up
nobody wanna
everywhere.
see that.
I'll tell you one thing though, you can't get out one of the motherfucking roller coaster fucking shits. Even if you tried, like once their things are down to click, 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 click.
Motherfuckers be flying out them
You
shit
can't-
from time to time.
What? Nah, man. Not as many people fall out of them as the people who don't fall out of them.
Of
There's
course.
way more people. Like the percentage, your odds of falling off and fucking or dying on a roller coaster aren't that good, you know? You're probably more likely to die in an airplane crash. I wonder what the statistics are. I'm dying in a roller coaster crash.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, that's a very good question because
don't
now
know.
I'm thinking about the amount of passengers. I'm like, but there's way more people on an airplane, so it would take like 10 roller coaster crashes to kill as many people as one airplane crash.
Did you hear about the plane that crashed the other day and nobody died?
Was it a water landing?
No, I don't know. Damn, I wish I fucking... It was like old news, so anybody who's fucking pissed at me for not knowing the details, it wouldn't have been relevant for me to bring it to the table today. But there was a plane crash where like there was like no casualties.
Yo, George said AstroWorld is the hood Coachella. Yo, ain't that some damn facts, bro? Everybody walked out with
so
coupons to get Travis Scott's McDonald's meal.
Yo, his shit resells like his like he's like a fucking Rolling Stone the way his like clothes like resell from like his events.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get back to this story real quick. So there were 50,000 people at this park on Friday night for the concert. And 8 people died in the stampede. Listen to the ages. I took the ages of the people that died. There was a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, two 23-year-olds, a 21-year-old. I'm sorry, 2 21-year-olds, a 20-year-old, and a 27-year-old. Those are all people ranging from 14 to 27. Those are kids. You know?
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, the 14-year-old is crazy because I feel like, what are you even doing there?
Man, who knows? He might have had...
I guess
It's Travis Scott, though. It's not DMX.
yeah,
Like, it's-
yeah.
You know,
I don't know, man.
the majority of people at that show were in that age range, I'm sure,
Yeah.
in their teens to early 20s.
You know what the difference is? It's not even what's the kid doing there, right? Because it's not the kids should be able to go to a concert, but it's like those are the ones where that's so young that like your parent might even be there with you or is definitely expecting you to get home. You know what I'm saying? When I was 21, if I went to a concert, you know, it was a crapshoot. You know,
Yeah.
something could happen to you, but you don't expect something to happen to a 14-year-old, you know?
Yeah, no, I hope, like, you know, I would be devastated for the person that brought him there if it was like a parent or a brother. Imagine like an older brother, like, hey man, you want to go to AstroWorld? Like, I got these tickets. He was probably like, oh shit, I got the coolest brother in the world.
That's the most idealistic way to look at it. In my mind, it's like, fucking, I'm going to AstroWorld. Take your little brother. I don't want to fucking take my little brother. Take your fucking little brother. If you're going to go, he's going to go.
Yeah, that could
Damn.
be, but I don't really see it that way. It's more than likely. Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yours would be the more probable scenario. I mean, not everything is like, you know, Boy Meets World. You know what I'm saying?
But you never know. That's what I'm saying. Just like George just said, it's about like as their parents. But go ahead, because I want you to get into the other part because that's the most interesting aspect of the story.
Oh, yeah. So the police, representative from the police was on the TV, and not only was it a stampede. Apparently, they're saying that people were getting injected with something. There were a few people that were injected with some kind of they don't know what it was, but it was causing people to just lose consciousness. There was a security guard that was reported this morning on the radio. I wrote down the radio station, so if this is inaccurate, blame them. 92.3, okay? 92.3 FM on Long Island.
You're going to have to own this.
Yeah, they reported that a security guard in the area where the stampede originated or where a lot of it was happening was injected with this, and he was rendered unconscious. And for that reason, he wasn't able to help or intervene.
Why? What? I wonder if these two things are even like
Related?
Like people getting stuck with this mystery toxin that, let's keep it real, they know what it is already. You go to the house, they knew what that shit was.
Yeah, well,
3 hours after they got it.
Well, it's got to be pretty obvious what it was because people were coming to when they were given Narcan.
Oh, so you think it's like an opiate or something?
Yeah, so it must have been some kind of an opiate. I would imagine. I think it's pretty safe to assume that it was some kind of an opiate if Narcan was able to counteract the effects and bring people back. So I don't know. That's at least what they're reporting. These are early reports. I don't know if things are going to change, but I think it's crazy that one, that was happening at all. And secondly, that they're trying to blame Travis Scott for this.
Oh, yeah. You see, I seen it in the news this morning, people saying they're filing suits against Travis Scott and Drake.
But
that's how I knew that Drake was even supposed to be there, because I seen this. But not how ridiculous it is, but I understand certain things. I understand you suing like the venue, right? But to sue like this guy, it's like, dude, I'm the talent. I just show up. Look at the way I'm dressed. Does it look like I'm running anything over here?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but he's the one with the money. Who you want to sue? You want to sue the people with the money. So
Masses and unequals fake news facts. Don't take anything you hear as fucking accurate information here.
Yes, that's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were coming back with the Narcan. The Houston fire chief, he said Travis Scott has a responsibility for the safety of the crowd.
Not really. I mean, I'm sure he has some.
He does not have responsibility for the safety of the crowd.
How is he equipped, right? How the fuck is he equipped to determine what the criteria of safety is?
How is he supposed to pay attention? He's performing.
But he's a rapper. Even if he did it beforehand, even if people put disaster like plans in, how is he remotely qualified to fucking make that kind of like decisions? Or
he's not.
He's not.
He's not. They're just looking to blame somebody. And honestly, it's the fire chief's responsibility, right? The fire marshal, the whole fire department is who's supposed to be in charge of environmental safety in terms of an event, right? They're the ones that say like this building occupied by more than 208 persons is unlawful. You always see those signs posted that there's a maximum amount of people that are supposed to be in a certain area or a venue.
They're definitely going to start putting posts up. There's going to be like, now you're going to go to a concert, there's going to be a bunch of cement posts up in the front, so like people can't run through it. Like
it wasn't just running through. It was just people just pushing, and people just got crushed. And like stepped on and shit, which is crazy. And and you have no idea the size of a crowd like that until you're in the middle of one. I've been to so many music festivals, house music festivals and shit, and when you're in the middle of one of them crowds, you know you're in a crowd of, it's just a sea of people. It'll take you 20 minutes. Like to get to the bathroom will literally take you 35 minutes just to go travel about 200 yards.
Damn.
It'd take you a half hour. Easy, just to like try to navigate through.
It is a vicious, like when you visualize it in your head, like being in the middle of all those people, because you see like these huge concerts. Damn, I wish I knew what that like concert was. You ever seen that concert with DMX? I think he's like in Germany or something like that, and he's performing, and it's just like this fucking never-ending sea of humans.
Well, it was probably some kind of like Up in Smoke or something like that.
Maybe
when they were all touring together.
Maybe, but it's just like all these people, and now that you're saying this, it's like the idea of like being within all these people. It gives me anxiety, but I could imagine like you can't go anywhere, you can't move.
Yeah. And because there's such a high volume of people in a condensed area, a lot of shit happens. This is why I think it's outrageous that they're saying like, look, they were saying that if he by him not ending his performance sooner, he kept the crowd going.
They say that they were back to playing like 38 minutes after like the disaster was like announced.
He said if the lights would have turned on, the promoter of the artist called, if the promoter or artist called for that, it would have chilled the crowd. And who knows what the outcome would have been. But everybody in the venue, starting from the artist on down, has a responsibility for public safety. That's what the fire chief told CNN.
What the fuck does the fire chief know about this shit?
Well, he's like pretty much the person in charge of this kind of shit. Like you have to get licenses and permits to throw events like this, and you have to go through the council.
So it sounds like he's the fucking guy to blame then.
And it sounds like he's the first one pointing fingers.
Yeah.
You know,
he's the fucking guy that does all that. I didn't know that. So if he's the guy who does all that, then he sounds like the guy to fucking blame.
Yeah, so they're actually in the middle of a criminal investigation.
Oh.
You know, that shit is crazy. So 14 to 27, ages 14 to 27, that's terrible, man. But there's so much of this stuff happens at these festivals, but it happens all the time. How is the artist supposed to be aware of what's happening?
I don't know. 14 to 27, I think I would have survived though, because I'm not in that group. I don't think I would push a number up that far because I'm so much older than 27 that.
Yeah, what you think by selective, like natural selection, you would have just not been picked?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Based on the statistics.
I think it's just based on the area where they were.
Yeah, I think it's also based on the demographic of people who
Facts.
are there. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's just a crazy ass story to me. I think it's real. I think it's real crazy.
The dude sticking people in the crowd is the craziest part of that story.
And like the representative that I was saying that came up and made a statement on television made a press statement, was saying that they did indeed find people with puncture wounds in their neck that had been rendered unconscious by some kind of a substance, and Narcan did revive them. So
what's the odds of them catching that guy or guys or whatever?
Probably not very good.
Right? In the midst of all those people.
Yeah, not very good, unless of course they apprehend somebody that, unless they have like drug sniffing dogs or something, which they do have at festivals. It's just, I guess they kind of missed this one, or they were sniffing for the wrong drug.
They got drug sniffing dogs at the festivals?
Oh yeah.
Aren't they thrown off by all the weed smoke?
No, well, typically dogs are trained to like kind of track like certain drugs and certain things. But yeah, that's what I got, man.
All right.
That's what I got on AstroWorld.
Next up,
Long Island Restaurant Week.
Yeah, sure. Long Island Restaurant Week.
Went out to dinner last night, had some fire ass food.
We did have some fire ass food. So if you're not from Long Island or if you're not from New York, there's this thing called, there's also like a New York City Restaurant Week as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's just Restaurant Week.
Is this a Restaurant Week? Does everybody have this? Am I
I think
explaining
so.
this for no fucking reason?
Everybody has Restaurant Week.
In the world?
Well, not in the world, but anywhere that matters.
Okay, so it's Restaurant Week over here. Me and Justin went out last night. Went to an Italian place. What was it called?
Avino's.
First of all, when I showed up, it was like a house. It looks like an old colonial, but it's on a main strip. It's not like you're not where we're in a residential area. It's in like is that Main Street? It's in like a strip of it's in like a fucking commercial area, but it's like a house. So I knew when I pulled up, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like we're going to be in somebody's living room eating this.
Yeah, it's funny because there's quite a few really good restaurants that I know that's how they work. That's how they look. They look like houses.
Really?
A couple good steakhouse. You ever been to Strip Steak?
No.
Gotta go to Strip Steak.
It's like a house?
Mm-hmm.
There's a place in Sayville that I went to for breakfast.
The Shed.
The Shed.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's like a house.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's something like that's like a big estate.
You
Like a retirement community.
You ever been to Speakeasy?
To a speakeasy?
Yeah.
No.
They're like,
but I hear about them a lot. I know it's
Yeah,
like prohibition shit, right?
Yeah, it's essentially like a secret bar.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now it's just like a niche, cool, like hipster thing to do, you know?
I like that shit though.
It's like a fake barber shop with like one chair, and then like you open a refrigerator and there's like a whole nightclub in there.
Yeah, I like that kind of shit. You just climb into the soda machine.
Yeah, I've never been to one, but I've just the same way you've heard about it, I've heard about it. Man, UFC 268 this weekend? Holy shit.
You know, my man just be jump cutting. He's like, yo, we just switching it up.
Yeah, no, I gotta light the
You're
fire.
ready. You gotta
light the fire.
We gotta get these fights going.
Yeah, I gotta light the fire.
Kamaru Usman. Well, we'll start at the beginning.
No. I was just gonna say
I wanted to go the other way around.
We're not gonna start a Kamaru Usman.
To be honest, I wanted to go the opposite direction.
We can.
End with, but no, I'm just kidding.
The first fight of the night, Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. Holy shit! What a fucking slugfest.
Yeah, that was a war.
That's a good fight for anybody who doesn't watch, that just wants to know like what this is about, or anybody who's like a really good, like if you're a boxing fan, you should watch this fight. If you like watching boxing, you should watch this fight.
If you like anything competitive and crazy ass heart, and you don't get sick from a little blood,
Yeah,
should watch that. I am concerned for Michael Chandler though.
yeah. They both went straight to the ER.
Yeah.
There's a picture of both of them in the hospital. The reason why I say if you're a boxing fan, because I feel like you're gonna watch this and then go watch a boxing match and be like, damn, what the fuck have I been watching?
Boxing's like a cult though. People refuse to, like, the people that are real diehard boxing fans, a lot of them, I find that they just can't find it in them to give MMA an opportunity. It's weird. It's almost like they don't care. They don't care to hear the argument about why you think MMA is good or MMA is possibly better than boxing. They just don't want to hear it. Yeah, especially older heads.
Well, the Canelo fight was also at the same time as UFC 268. You know?
It's so funny to me because boxing, like, it's like I don't know there's massive boxing matches until like the night they're occurring.
Yeah, that's so true.
I didn't even know Canelo was fighting,
which is ridiculous,
until like 2 days before. And not even, I think like the day before, I wasn't even sure if he was fighting. And I'm like, given I guess I'm not watching, I'm not intentionally seeking out this information, but it's like, I don't know. It didn't find me. And I'm in the boxing demographic. You didn't find me.
Yeah.
To show me an advertisement. I mean, all I do is watch fights on social media and watch, follow fighters and shit. Like, if you didn't pitch me that, I mean, I'm on YouTube literally watching fights all the time. Like,
their marketing definitely sucks because I feel like we're like the demographic.
Yeah, like, which is bullshit to me. I'm like, that's why half the time I'm like, I don't believe that they do the numbers they say they do.
Yeah, but the one thing that is believed, that you got to believe, right, is the amount of money that these guys are making.
Yeah, they do make a lot, but it's like, I guess it's just because I'm thinking like America. But boxing is massive everywhere, especially a fighter like Canelo. He has all of, every Latin fighter. He has like all of Mexico, everybody. So,
yeah,
to me, MMA is way better. Like,
I wonder what their demographic is. Like, I wonder where like a majority of their sales come from. I wonder if it's like not the United States. I wonder if it's somewhere else. I wonder if they get more sales in Latin America than they do in the United States.
I'm sure they get more in Latin America. I'm sure they do, especially a fighter like that. I mean, you have a fighter like Canelo fighting. I mean, he's like a superhero. He's like a superhero to a lot of people. So I would imagine so. Yes, I definitely would not.
It's all good.
I'll tell you what we got to do, though.
What's that?
Switch out our man. Bottom corner.
Oh, yeah. It's no longer. So listen, if you're watching us right now.
If you're watching.
There's a little guy, and he's right there, I think. Let's see. How close am I to him? He's over there. And he's got he's got an orange, he's got a pumpkin head. He's going to be gone.
We're going to bring his regular head back.
His regular head's coming back. Actually, we should have done it already.
It's all good.
The old guy's coming back.
Shane Burgos and Billy Quarantillo. That was a pretty good fight too. Shane finished him, right? I don't remember.
Shane won that fight. That fight would have been a great fight to watch if any other fight had happened before that fight. That fight was a real slugfest, but I feel like I didn't get it. I didn't get to appreciate it as much because of the insane pace that these guys were fighting at on that fight before that fight.
Yeah, that's right. It was a unanimous decision for that fight. Cheeto Vera and Frankie Edgar. Cheeto Vera finished him like I knew he would.
Front kick, right?
Yeah, front kick to the mouth.
Oh my God, how nasty was that?
Yeah, and that was third round, and that was a KO, man. He dropped. Feel bad, man. Frankie might need to start considering pulling it back a little bit. He worries me.
I'm going to look it up because I don't know who the last guy he fought was, but I'm pretty sure he got like knocked out cold his last fight.
Yeah, he got knocked out with a knee from Corey Sandhagen.
Damn.
Corey Sandhagen hit him with a jumping knee, like whack.
Yep.
And KO'd him. It was crazy. That was one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen.
Damn.
You know?
I remember him getting like absolutely like blacked out. Like,
yeah.
He
He also got KO'd, I think, not the fight before that, the one before that. He got KO'd by Brian Ortega.
And no, in 2002 he beat Pedro Munoz. Pedro
Munoz.
Yeah, and then he fought Max Holloway. Max Holloway beat him. Damn, Max Holloway beat him in a decision?
Yeah. Frankie's durable for a guy like Max. You know, Max doesn't really have, you know, he doesn't typically KO guys. You got to put Frankie's lights out. Frankie's not going to stop coming if you're just like peppering him and stuff. He's not going to stop coming.
He got KO'd by the Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
And then before that, and then the fight before that was when he got KO'd by Brian Ortega.
So Ortega KO'd him.
Ortega KO'd him. Then the Korean Zombie. Then he lost a decision to Max Holloway. Wins a decision against Pedro. KO Corey Sandhagen. KO Marlon Vera.
Damn.
That's crazy. A rough last couple fights.
It's crazy because that Brian Ortega knocking him out was the first time he ever got KO'd in his career.
Damn, dude, that's a rough 4 years.
Yeah, man, that's some rough time. I feel bad. When I start seeing that, I start to think about a fighter's family. I start to think about his kids. You know, it's you start to worry about like their functionality in life going forward.
Yeah, who am I to tell anybody when it's time to hang up? But I definitely don't want to see certain people get beat up. Like everybody's calling for this. I don't know if everybody, but people are definitely calling for the Nate Diaz Chimaev fight. Hamza Chimaev.
I would never want to see Chimaev fight him in my life. I have no desire to see that.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you think that the people that he's been fighting are at the caliber, are at Nate's caliber of a fighter?
Nate today? Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Because I think that's the only like area where the question lies, right? Are these guys like that would be like the thing that changed it, because if he gets in there with Nate and Nate's just, you know, he's not the same as these guys and he's better and he performs he can counter his wrestling or do this or do that and survive in there a little longer. Maybe he could even, you know, wear him down, because nobody knows what this guy looks like you know, when he's challenged, because he's just been mauling everybody.
You just see it. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's this, to me, there's no wait until he's going to run through almost everybody until he gets to the belt.
Was it like this with Conor?
Like this what? Meaning what?
When did you feel the same way with Conor? When Conor was just starching everybody?
In a different way. The way I feel about Khamzat Chimaev is the way I felt about LeBron James when I saw him dunking on those skinny white kids in high school. Damn. And everyone was like, yo, he's going to be a prospect in the NBA. And people were like, yeah, he's just playing against kids. I even thought that for myself. And then I was like, wait a minute. This guy's the hoop's the same height, no matter who's on the court. Yeah. I was like, and the court is a similar length. Like he's going to be flying no matter who's in the way.
How competitive was LeBron James when he first came into the NBA? Because
he was competitive immediately. He was an all-star, I think, his first season. He was like Kobe. You know, like that happens very rarely when they come out of high school and they play like that. You know, he was just like a prodigy. He was just like it was his size, everything lined up. His size, his work ethic, his commitment, his agility, like all that shit lined up. And you could just tell, no matter who he was going to be playing against, that he was going to be able to do the things he was doing. And when I look at Khamzat Chimaev, I think the same thing. That dude is a beast, and his grind and his pace and his push and his drive. You cannot touch a guy. First of all, these religious dudes, they don't drink. They don't party. They don't sleep around. Like, they don't do any of the things that distract most athletes, you know, fighters or not. Plus, throw on top of that, they're over the top religious. So they dead ass are like, he's like, yo, like, they're like, I'm like, God put me here for this. Get out of my way.
Is this his mission?
By you trying to beat me, you're trying to make my God wrong. So I have to end you. It's like, you know, there's a level of, you know, nothing makes people go like religion.
Nothing will convince somebody that they're capable of doing something the way religion does.
Yeah, so it's like you throw that in the mix. Like, look at Muhammad Ali. Look at any of these fighters that have real deep faith. They are killers. Look at Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
All he does is thank God. It's like there's a common thread here. These guys are really, there's a divine battery in their back. And they're just like,
Rose.
Rose Namajunas, like, it's like, yo, I'm out here and I'm going to really run over anybody that's in my way because God said so.
Yeah.
Out the way.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's it, you're 100% right about that. You know, I think with Khamzat, he's got the other factors, like we spoke about it, you know, his the fact that he's from a rough part of the world, you know, that's something else. Like, that's when you see some of these guys, you know, from where Brazil, Russia, like these other, they're just like, it's not like, you know, it's like when Khabib said to who said it to Nate about fighting. He goes, "You're American. You guys don't fight in the street." Like,
oh yeah, he's like, no, it was Tony.
It was Tony Ferguson. Yeah,
he was like, you act like I don't fight. Like, I never fight guys in the street. He's like, why do you guys think you guys only fight in the street here? He said, where I'm from, my neighborhood, we fight all the time. He's like, I'm not scared of you, you know. And it's like, and these guys really do. You know, there's hoods everywhere, and there's people that fight in the street. There's street fights in every neighborhood, everywhere.
The hoods are different in some of these countries. These guys that like, could be, for example, he's from like a mountainous area of Russia.
Yeah, these guys. It's strong genetics, it's hard work ethic, and it's just commitment and devotion. It's the kind of discipline that you only get from certain upbringings.
Yeah, look at Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, he's a killer for a different reason, though. He's not like, you know, like...
he's also from a rough part of the world.
Yeah.
And he's very good.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about all these guys.
Yeah, but his genetics are like... to me, like, the guy could have did anything.
You think that he could have been from, like, Silicon Valley and been just as successful?
Well, I'm saying his physical attributes... He could have played any sport and been from anywhere in the world.
But so you do think that, like, he could be from anywhere?
He could have been from anywhere, and somebody was gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, come over here and throw this football. Hey, bro, come over here and throw this javelin. Come over here and dunk this basketball."
Funny enough is that if he was from like another place, maybe he wouldn't be a fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
Now that you said that, it's got me thinking, like, damn, maybe he would have been a football player.
Come on, bro. If he was from, you think if he was from like Virginia or something like that, or you don't think they would have had a pigskin in his hand when he turned freaking 5 years old? He'd have been running everybody over.
How big is he? I wonder if he's big for like football players, because I know he's an enormous human being.
Bro, he cuts weight to get to 265.
Yeah, it's so big.
He's a savage because, you know, heavyweight limit is 265. Yeah. So he has to cut weight to get into the weight class. And I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Dude, he's 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4", and he's 265 pounds. That is a massive man.
Cyril Gane is also very big.
Yeah, Cyril Gane is very big. He's
also 6'4".
Cyril Gane is going to give him problems.
Is he the first guy that's like his size that he's fighting? That's that big?
Stipe was up there.
Stipe, yeah, no, you're absolutely correct, which I didn't even think until like when they got in the ring together, and I'm like, damn, Stipe's fucking big as fuck.
Stipe's big, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Did you see the video of him walking past Cyril Gane and like not even like acknowledging him, just walking like right past him?
Well, Cyril Gane will kick his goddamn legs off his body, so he better be careful.
Is he French too? Is he French, Cyril Gane?
Yeah, I think he fights out of France. Yeah, I think he's from France.
I wonder if they ever fought each other, like in a
no,
because doesn't he fight out of France too?
Yeah, but completely different realm. Like, Francis Ngannou started with MMA. Cyril Gane was a big kickboxer, stuff like that, like a world champion kickboxer and shit like that. And then he shifted over into MMA.
And Francis hasn't been fighting that long, so it's not like he has like this long lineage of fighting where they might have. Yeah, you're right. You are correct, my friend.
And again, like back to genetics. If Francis didn't have the genetics he has, he never would have gotten as far in MMA as he did.
Yeah.
Never in a million years.
Yeah.
You know.
Rose Namajunas, Wei Lee.
Rose Namajunas, Wei Lee kind of went the way I anticipated it going, that they were going to go. It was going to be a long fight, decision, and Rose would take it.
Good for Rose, holding the belt down. Who's next for her?
Who's next for Rose? Good question. I mean, at strawweight, I don't even know. I feel like nobody cares about Johanna anymore.
No.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who comes about to take on Rose. I don't really know.
I felt like it could have been, and I could be getting this wrong, Claudia Gadelha. Didn't she not want to take any fights because she wanted to wait for the belt, for the championship fight? And
it could be.
Dana turned around and said, he was like, you don't do that here. You don't like wait around, like you essentially like saying like, you take the fights when they come, and like the belt, that one will come.
What did he do? He cut her? Or she still?
No, he didn't cut her, but there's just been like he's just been talking about the fact that like she kind of waited around for the belt, and he showed his dissatisfaction with that.
That's how he gets down. Dana don't really give a shit. Just like he's not mandating anybody to get a vaccine or anything like that. He does what he wants. He's like, this is my company. Join the party or fuck off.
Yeah.
You don't want to fight? Okay.
I didn't like him when I first like started watching UFC and like just started watching MMA in general. I didn't really like Dana.
Nah, he's definitely an acquired taste. I like the way he just runs shit. That's a real legit boss, and the way things should be run.
Yeah,
like we'll find a way.
Last fight of the night, Kamaru Colby. What do you think?
Kamaru and Colby. I picked Colby to make it interesting, and the reason I picked him was I thought he was going to wrestle a little more and put on a little bit better pace, which he did for some part of the fight. But there's no getting away from what Trevor Whitman has done with Kamaru Usman's boxing.
Yeah,
there's no getting away from it. His hands, he's always had power. He's always had strength. Trevor Whitman just taught him how to just put that shit into his punches and really be accurate.
He looks so good in there, and it's not, you think about it, it's almost, when I rewatched the fight, I was in my head, I'm like, damn, it almost looks like Colby's like not as good as he was before, but it's not that at all. No, it's just that Kamaru just keeps getting better.
Usman's the only one that does that to him.
100%.
Usman's the only one that does what he did to Jorge Masvidal. Usman is the new coming of Khabib Nurmagomedov. He is the pound-for-pound best fighter, and I don't see anybody in that division beating him until Khamzat Chimaev finds his way up there. But he's got some people to fight. He does not need to just be jumping the line. I need to see him beat 2 top 5 guys.
Well, the guy's capable of fighting fucking 3 or 4 times a year. 3, at the very least.
He fought twice in a week.
I know, that's why I'm saying he can definitely fight 3-4 times a year. 4 times a year is a lot.
Yeah, but it depends the kind of fights you're getting.
Well, that's what it is.
He's ending them quickly, and he's not taking damage.
Exactly.
So he's coming in, he's leaving every fight relatively healthy. That's different. I mean, you're not going to have, like, Justin Gaethje was limping significantly when he walked out of that fight. And backstage, he limped on in the ambulance. He's not going to be fighting for quite some time.
What's one of the things that surprised me too is the way Michael Chandler opened up and he, started chomping at the legs too, like showing like Justin, like, yeah, you think you're the only one that got leg kicks? I got leg kicks.
Two could play that.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's possible that he was trying to just kind of fight fire with fire a little bit, but
there was before we get away from it. I don't know if you're about to transition us into something else. There was 6 knockouts before that fight.
Yeah, it was a really good night. It was a really good night of fights. But yeah, man, I liked it. The night of fights was great. Bobby Green looked great. Shout out Ally Quinta, Long Island all day. But Bobby Green KO'd you, bro. It's just, it's Bobby Green it's kind of his time right now. He's doing well. So I'm excited to see him down the line. I really am. But cool, man. What else? What else you got, brother? Talk to me.
I want to make sure we got everything out of the title because we've gone.
Who cares? Well, I mean, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
All right. So now we can fucking officially fuck off. Let's sit back for a second, and now we could talk about what we wanted to talk about. I want you to. Do you want to tell the Joe Biden story?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's factual or not.
No, well, this alleged story, this rumor.
Yeah, there's quite a few rumors circulating that he had a meeting with the Pope at the Vatican, and apparently there's some reports from people that were there saying that at some point during that meeting, he shit his pants. So reports are saying, allegedly, that he stopped the meeting, had to get up abruptly and leave, and re-entered wearing different pants.
Or different pants. You got to really shit to change your pants, because I've shat myself a couple times, and maybe within the past 2 years.
Really?
Sharted. Yeah.
And you didn't change your pants?
No. Well, I know what I'm saying is that
for it to become that much.
Yeah, if I'm out in public, a quick boxer change. Like, I'm not coming out. Like, if I shard myself, you're not going to know it because I'm coming out with different pants. Now, if I'm home, I'm going to take a shower and change my whole outfit. But if I'm out in the streets, like, he wasn't home.
Nah, he wasn't home. But he's the president, man. So he must have went out and told his trusted advisors, hey, you think he did in that weird whisper voice he does? When he just starts whispering randomly, he's like, hey, I shit my pants.
I would have lied about it. I would have told him I fell asleep. I had a wet dream.
Yeah. You wouldn't tell nobody that you shit your pants?
There's semen in there. I got to change.
So you wouldn't? You wouldn't tell people you shit yourself if you needed some help?
No, not at work. What
would you tell him instead? Anything?
Well, I just go to the bathroom and first of all, he got another set of pants on him. Like, how do you even get those other pants? That's my thing.
Bro, he's the president. He rides around with a blood transfusion on deck. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they keep blood with the president when he travels.
Okay, so no, for me, no. I'm going in the bathroom, I'm throwing away those drawers, and I'm going bare ass for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you just going commando like this.
Yeah.
I
think that's what should have happened.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that maybe he didn't shit himself, because first of all, what mainstream media or what TV media will do to the presidents, the vast stories you hear on TV is ridiculous. It really depends on what news channel you listen to from what story you got. Channel 12 will say he saved a kitten and the kitten scratched his pants, so he had to change them. You listen to Fox and it's he shit himself. I seen an article this morning. I'm not kidding. I seen an article this morning that was saying I think the headline said Kamala Harris can't stop talking about Joe Biden's long farts or long fart, a long fart or something like that.
Oh my God!
So it all depends on where you get this from. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe he didn't shit himself.
No, it was Camilla, the Duchess or whatever that was president. It was someone else. It wasn't Kamala Harris. It was
okay. I don't remember.
Yeah, they were saying that they were reporting that she said it was so long and loud that it was hard to ignore. Ignore it.
You think he just slipped out of him? It's just, because when your O-ring goes bad, there's nothing you could do about that shit. Things just slip out of there.
But you got to remember that he's pretty old. He might have shit on purpose. He might have just been wait a minute. And been please. What were you saying?
Please continue.
Please. Where were we?
What were you saying? No, I don't think he shits himself intentionally.
Hits a little bell. He's bling. Waits for him to just come and change him. Damn. Like
that dude in South Park playing World of Warcraft. He's just on he's on a commode at all times.
He's just shitting.
No, I wonder, man. I mean, if he did shit himself, then it's sucks, right?
I feel bad for him.
You don't want to be somebody who's coherent and shitting yourself, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But it's a good thing he's not.
If I'm shitting myself, I want to be not I want to be because I'm in a coma.
Yeah, you want to you you don't even know what you're doing. You're man, this hot tub's great.
Yeah.
When really you just shit in your pants.
Yeah, I don't want to know I'm shitting my pants.
I shit my pants. I shit my bed. Remember that commercial?
No.
It was about shipping.
Oh,
And the way they said it was so funny. The way they set it up was like it could have been switched with the word shit.
Yeah.
So like there's this old man and this lady's like, I ship my pants. And it's like putting him in a box and this old guy's like, I ship my bed.
Immediately when you said that, the first thing that came to my head was like the ShamWow commercial and like all the parodies where it's like, you know, fucking dry your kids, jerk off your dog.
Yeah.
It's like all like
the voiceovers.
Yeah, the voiceover. Dude, those ShamWow voiceovers were so fucking funny.
They really were.
Yeah.
They really were, man.
Classic.
There's funny ones for like OxyClean too.
Yes, what's that guy's name? And also the dude with the Flexio. I don't know his name.
Oh, the one that like goes over holes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
funny,
do a lot
man.
of there's a lot of infomercial voiceovers that are fucking hilarious. Would you mind passing your boy a seltzer
I'll think about it.
from the refrigerator behind you? Thank you, friend. But yeah, just to close the loop on that, nobody knows why he came out with the other pants, but it was.
We finna find out.
It'll like never come out.
I'm sure it'll pop up on his son's laptop.
What's his son's name?
Hunter
You wouldn't believe it.
Hunter Biden.
I farted today and I got a little extra. Got a little overtime.
Right? Thank God I still got them 3 concubines you bought me.
Who farts and doesn't? Like, if you're the president, you can't just be farting in front of people.
There's a lot of savages out there, bro. Just because they get elected to office will make them any less savage.
Who was the woman? Because
What?
when I glanced, I didn't read the article this morning, but when I glanced at it, I thought it said Kamala. Well, who was it?
No, it's like Camilla was like some kind of like some kind of duchess, I think, that was president.
Do you know what country it was? Because maybe that's cool over there. That's what I'm getting at. You don't got to look it up. It was a joke.
I'm going to look that shit up.
Let's see. The Duchess. Who still has that?
Camilla Parker Bowles. So funny. Her name is almost spelled like bowels. Camilla Parker Bowles.
Well, there's a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Let me see. The Duchess of Cornwall
Oh, of course.
is allegedly obsessed with telling everyone at the COP26 summit about a lengthy episode of flatulence Biden experienced in her presence. The Daily Mail reports that Parker Bowles or Bowles, however you say that, hasn't stopped talking about a fart Biden admitted during a conversation she was having with him. The fart was, per the Daily Mail source, both long and loud, and also impossible to ignore. Come on, bro. Cut that out. You're making us look crazy out here.
What are you doing out here just farting in front of the Duchess?
Come on, bro.
Dude, how insane
Have
is
a normal president scandal. Bring some press secretary into like the Oval Office or something like that.
Would you rather he hit on her? And the articles were about him like hitting on her.
No, I wouldn't rather that be the case, but I mean, like, good Lord, man. Like, have like have some kind of scandal that's got some backbone, son. Like, like find out you fist fought some guy, at a frat party and knocked his teeth out back in 1960.
How badass would that be? No, just like yesterday. How badass would it be? I mean, like he was at a party and he just
it'd be badass for him. Everybody would be like, Biden's the man.
Yeah.
Let that be a different president. They'd be like, lock him up alive.
Yeah, 100%.
But I just hope he's all right. I mean, because it's not, if you're starting to lose,
they got to have some cream to tighten that puppy up.
If he's becoming.
Get that thing tight again. Keep those puppies in. It had to have been that he couldn't control it.
I mean, you never know. Maybe he had some bad tacos or something. I mean, I'd hate to judge the man,
It's sad.
It is sad.
I don't want to shit myself. That's what happens when you get old, man.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
What are you going to do?
Did you watch Dune yet?
I did not. I actually just finished Squid Game.
Oh, what'd you think?
Or I'm almost done. I think I'm almost done with the last episode, but I don't remember if I finished it. I think I don't really know. I think I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But if you didn't watch it yet,
I
too
just want
bad.
to know if you think it's good or bad.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Okay.
I think it's good. I think it really teaches some lessons, to be honest, man.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it, without giving anything away, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you watching anything on Netflix now?
Anything on Netflix at the moment? I'm waiting for Ozark, which comes out, I think, in December.
Oh, really?
December or I think January.
I think this is going to be the one that sucks.
It's going to be the last season. They're ending it.
Oh, really?
So I know it's going to be lit.
Okay.
Once you've already decided this is the last season, you can essentially kill every character.
Yeah.
Nobody else needs to carry on.
I like it when shows like people know like right, this has got to be it. Like we can't continue to show this. We can't continue to air this.
Can't keep beating this horse.
Exactly. Thank you. God, I'm such a loss for words tonight.
That's all good, man. Don't worry, man. That's why there's two of us.
Yeah.
As long as somebody can find the goddamn words, we good.
But no, that's I feel the same way. Like things got to end. Some shows were like amazing, and then they ended up sucking because they dragged them on. I'm not talking about True Blood. That was a good show for every season.
Yeah, True Blood was a really good show.
And it was a long one too.
Yeah.
You remember waiting once a week for a show?
Oh my God, yes I do. And then remember missing it before there was TiVo?
Oh my God.
TiVo, you heard me? Before there was
DVR?
DVR, bro. Oh my God, forget it, man. You had to be home at the time or you never watched it again.
Yeah.
It just didn't come on again. And there was no internet where you could just find it on YouTube.
Well, if you had like HBO, there was like HBO West Coast, remember? You could watch like 3 hours later. They aired the same thing.
Where? They aired it because it was re-airing for the West Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like HBO West Coast, and I guess they have like they have it too. But you could watch it like 3 hours later. I remember like you could watch it at midnight or whatever the case may be.
That shit is wild, son.
That's so funny. If you guys can hear that, that's my dad whistling at me, trying to get my attention because he doesn't know that I'm currently doing this live.
We're filming Wayne's World live.
Yeah. How dare you? What else you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just about ready to wrap, bro. What time is it? What we
We're
got?
at the hour.
We're at the hour, man. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Episode 55, Masters of None. We are back again this Thursday between the hours of 7 and 7:30. You can catch us in that time frame, nicely nestled in that slot.
We're tucked in there. That's
Yeah,
another
man.
thing. Spontaneity. You never know with us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 7. Sometimes 7:15.
That's right. But yeah, guys. So please, guys, share this. We're teetering on our 50th subscriber on YouTube right now.
Oh,
So
on the cusp.
if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button and be that 50th subscriber. Get us to that number. That's our first milestone that we're trying to hit. Like the video, comment, let us know what you think, any topics you think we should discuss. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we will see you guys Thursday. What you got?
That's it. Couldn't have said
That's
it better
it.
myself. Masters of None, episode 55.
55, we out.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma.